show designed to give a better perspective on relationships no matter what the circumstance may be. You can start, have, and keep unstoppable relationships. Lori Ann Davis can tell you how. Have questions? Need answers? Ask Lori.
Thank you for tuning in to the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. This is Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. Don't let love and passion get lost in your life. As your relationship specialist, I'm here to share secrets with you every week, helping you create unstoppable relationships. Welcome to this week's show. I am so happy that you've joined us today. I am here to help you find, renew, and keep love and passion in your life. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this show is for you. I bring to you the benefits of 28 years experience helping people to create the relationships of their dreams, and I'm here to help you with yours. Do you have questions? I'm convinced that you do, and I want to hear them. Email them to me at WGIVAskLori, that's Lori, @gmail.com. Then be sure to listen in every week. We have a special guest with us today and a great topic for you. We are going to be discussing the desire map. Does that pique your interest? It's got to. What if first you got clear on how you actually wanted to feel in life, and then you laid out your intentions? What if your most desired feelings consciously informed you how to plan your day, your year, your career, your holidays, your life? That's a quote from Danielle LaPorte, author of The Desire Map. And if you don't have the book, by the time we finish talking today, you're definitely going to want to go get it. The Desire Map helps you clarify what you truly want in every area of your life, and using that powerful awareness to guide your choices from now on. You learn what your core desired feelings are, a guidance system for your decision making, a GPS for your soul. Our guest is Lillie Marshall. She teaches workshops on the Desire Map, so you're going to want to stay with us, get pen and paper out, because when we come back, we are going to talk to Lillie about the Desire Map, and you're going to learn all about how you can learn more about this and use this in your life. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. You're tuned into WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. If you or a loved one are unable to venture easily from your home due to injury, illness, or disability, Compassion Salon Services can provide you with a rejuvenating hair salon service in the privacy and comfort of your own home. Please call 704-774-2204 for more information, or visit us on the web at compassionsalon.com. Compassion Salon Services for immobilized persons. We believe the enrichment of life lies through compassion for the soul. So call us at 704-774-2204. That's 704-774-2204 for your in-home salon services.
Massage therapy was created to soothe the senses and enhance wellness. Massage is one of the oldest healing arts. If you're looking for a quick escape from reality, look no further. Tequila Douglas is a professional, well-experienced massage therapist with exceptional skills and healing abilities in the art of massage. Miss Douglas's massage treatments are designed to nurture the mind and body. Call today to book your massage getaway. 704-608-7815. That's 704-608-7815.
Welcome back to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte, and those streaming live through the free TuneIn radio app. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. If you're just tuning in, we are going to be discussing the Desire Map. But first, the radio station is offering free radio advertising to business owners and nonprofits and churches. Call today to find out how your commercial can be heard for free for up to 40 million listeners. You can contact me at 704-999-1781. That's 704-999-1781. 888-999-1781. Joining me in the studio today is Lillie Marshall. You can find her at lilliemarshall.com. It's New Possibilities Coaching. She's here to help you create what you most desire in life. Life is too short to be unhappy, unfulfilled, or uninspired. So Lillie is going to help us on that journey today. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You teach a class that's coming up called the Desire Map. So we're going to talk about what the Desire Map is, but first of all, why don't you start off by letting them know when you're teaching this class that's coming up. We'll remind you again at the end, but they might want to write this down before we even get started.
Yeah, great. Excellent. Yes, the second Desire Map workshop here in Charlotte is June 13th and 14th. It's all day Saturday from 10 to 5 and from 2 to 4 on Sunday. We'll be doing it at Elemental Healing on Park Road.
Okay, great. And they can go to your website at lilliemarshall.com. That's Lillie, and Marshall is MARSHALL.com, where they can find out all the details.
Exactly.
So now let's tell them a little bit about what the Desire Map is. This is a great book and a great course.
Yes, love it. I was introduced to it, to the concept about 3 years ago with Danielle LaPorte's first book, The Firestarter Sessions, and from that grew this because everyone was just so amazed by a particular chapter of it.
Okay.
And myself included. It really made all the difference for me, because what it made clear is that we're not really chasing the goal that we have. We're really chasing the feeling that we think we'll have when we reach the goal.
True.
And I don't know about you, but I've gotten there before on certain goals, and it didn't feel like I thought it was going to feel. And so then you're a little disappointed of, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Exactly.
Yes. So this is really, I think of it as a makeover for goal setting, because what you're doing in this process is getting, as you said, really, really clear about how you want to feel in all aspects of your life, the 5 major areas of your life, and really zeroing in on what your core desired feelings are, and you use them to guide every decision that you make. It's truly the most potent form of clarity that you can get in everyday little decisions all the way up to the big plans for your life.
And what are those 5 areas?
The 5 areas that we really delve into are lifestyle and livelihood. So that's where career and all of those things will come in. Relationships and society. I know that's near and dear to your heart. Body and wellness, creativity and learning, and then essence and spirituality.
So let's talk just a little bit about each one of those. Let's talk a little bit more about your lifestyle and your livelihood.
So lifestyle and livelihood is where we're really looking at how do we want our life to look, our work, our life, everything that we experience. The home that we live in, the place that we live, just all of the things that contribute to the type of life that we live. And of course, work is very key to that. So that's where career will follow.
Right.
Really
how much you want to travel, how much where you need to live. I would imagine that would help you also to decide where to live.
Exactly. I made big choices in my life personally. I'm actually writing about that on my my upcoming blog about making a huge leap of faith and moving to a whole new city with my new husband at the time. And so it's, it helps you in all of that. People really get clear. Do I want to live by the ocean? Do I want to live in the mountains? Where do I want to live in a city, in the country? Just really what's going to make me feel the way I want to feel.
I would imagine this would also help people if they're considering a job change or a career change.
Yes.
You know, how do you want that career where you spend a lot of hours a day?
Exactly.
How do you want to feel with that?
Yeah.
And, you know, the relationships is the next one. And I use this and used it before I even heard of the book when I was helping singles to talk about what they wanted to attract. What's that relationship going to feel like?
Right.
When you get it. So let's move into that one, relationships and society.
And I know that you have to know this so much better. You know, this is what you're an expert at. But, you know, so often I think we, people, at least that I know, they kind of put out this idea, of what they're looking for in a partner, you know, and they've got the list. And I'm all for that. I made a list when I found my husband. But sometimes we get caught up in some of the external things about what it needs to be, what kind of job they have, their physical appearance, those types of things. Yes. But really what's going to make the difference is how you feel in that relationship.
And that is exactly how I attracted attracted my partner when I was single a few years ago is I knew and I was very, very clear about how I wanted to feel in that relationship. And then I opened everything else up and said, the rest of it's open, and ended up attracting somebody. The listeners probably may have heard this story before, but I think it's an important one. I attracted somebody into my life that is probably very different and would have never given a chance before. But what I have in this relationship is that feeling. A lot of the external things look very different. My life is very different than I thought that it might be, but that feeling is there, so I'm very happy. And I'm very blessed that I have him in my life. So I tell people that sometimes when you're too specific, you could miss the imperfect person who is perfect for you, because you've got too narrow of a focus. So this book and this class would help you with identifying that feeling that really is essential to finding that relationship, and also maybe having relationships with your children, your friends.
Absolutely. The relationship with your significant other, your partner, is key. But yes, this touches when we hit this. Actually, in the workshop, when we go into the deep work of it, it splits it out for us to go through in the workbook about all these different types of relationships and how do we want to feel in each of these different types of relationships.
Because it might be different.
Yes, very much so.
That's great. Talk a little bit to us about body and wellness.
Well, that's just how we live in our bodies, how we feel, how we go about, this is health and wellness, all of it. But just really looking at it on a broad level. How do you want to feel in your body? It's similar here. We can often get caught up in, I want to weigh a certain amount, or I want to, those types of
look
things,
look
a certain way, so forth.
Right.
But really, what's powerful if you get in touch with how you want to feel in your body. And that's what's going to drive you forward. And that's what we do in that section.
Helps you to make different choices maybe with your body and your wellness.
Yes.
What about creativity and learning? That one intrigues me.
Yeah, and that one is so cool to me because I think it's an area that we leave out a lot, and creativity is just key to us living a wholehearted, beautiful life. And so often we get caught up in just the day-to-day things, and we don't carve out time for creativity or for learning. I don't know if you're familiar with Brené Brown. I love her work, and she one of the quotes I heard from her that just cracked me up is all of her friends would ask her about going to an art class or doing something creative with her, and she said, I don't have time to do your ART. I got a JOB. And I think that's how everybody looks at it, right? And it's so vital to our humanity and to living the kind of life that we love. So to pull that out and really look at it and say, how do I want to feel from a creative standpoint?
It fuels that passion for life.
Exactly.
That we need in all aspects of our life.
Exactly.
So doing something that you enjoy.
Yes.
Even if it's just hiking or traveling, or it doesn't matter what it is.
For me, it's cooking. I love to cook.
I do too.
I love to cook and garden. And so, it can be something very simple. And it could be candle making and whatever.
Reading. I mean, it could even be picking up a book and sitting in a comfortable
And that's why
chair.
learning is in here as well, too. Because, what are you doing? How do you want to feel as you're learning new things? This is
I love it. All right, talk to us about essence and spirituality.
Yeah, so that's really getting in touch with our essence and our true spirit, our faith. How do we want to feel as we practice our faith? And really getting centered on that and what it is for us. It's so important to the foundation of our lives and to really take some time out to really look at, because that's another thing that can get the back burner sometimes, right?
Right.
You don't take the time. I know for me personally, I had it on my to-do list or my goals every year. I wanted to meditate, probably 20 years.
Right.
Until a few years ago, finally made that a priority, and how much it changed everything in my life was just, it was powerful. So yes, taking some time, carving it out to really look at, what do I want to do? How do I want to feel in that area?
So you're really getting clarity on aspects of your life and how you want to feel. So instead of setting goals that say, I need to make this much money this year, I need to go on this trip, I need to, concrete goals, because that's what a lot of people do. They set these goals at the beginning of the year. I wrote a blog on this, I think, about goal setting at the beginning of the year, and I talked about some of this, and I talked about how people can get very disappointed because they set these goals, then they look at it, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want whatever it is. This really goes about it in a different way, and you step back.
Yes. it flips it all around completely to me. It just really makes you step back first and say, and as you go through this workshop, what you come away with in this verse. So the book actually covers two sections of the approach to this. And the workshop that I'm doing in June is level 1. And then the second section is where we really go deep and practical and get into the actual goal setting. But what we do in level 1 is really get clear on what are those core desired feelings. So that's your compass. And what you're going to find as you do this work is that there are going to be some trends and themes that pop out in all these areas that will narrow down into 3, 4, 5, whatever's right for you, core desired feelings that you want in your everyday life.
And that's what I found when I did it, is that those same few feelings kind of plugged into all of these areas.
Exactly.
For me. So
and you use them constantly to guide your life and to set those goals. You still set goals. You still have things that you want to do, but the goals will be much richer and deeper, and you'll get to the heart of what it really is.
So they're not superficial goals that you may not follow through with.
Yes.
Because you're going to have that foundation, that support of those desired feelings. When you do then go to the next level and set goals, you're much more likely to make decisions that will help you to achieve those goals.
Yes, and the thing is, that's the beauty of it. It's not about just having the feeling when you get to the goal. It's about feeling it every day as you're going toward the goal. And so you're so much more motivated and, to do it, because it's all about feeling good. And if you're not feeling the way you want to feel, I know for me personally, like in my professional life and those of us that have our own businesses, it can get really hectic and busy and crazy, and we can kind of get stressed. One of my core desired feelings is peace. So when I find myself feeling that, I just ask myself, or say to myself even, I want to feel peace. And then I just recenter myself. That's why it's like the GPS. It just it gets me regrounded into, I'm not feeling peace. How can I feel peace?
Right.
Now?
What things maybe do I need to add? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to change?
And sometimes just asking the question just gets your mind to shift a little bit, just enough to bring you back to that place.
I know for me, sometimes it is difficult, and I'm going in so many different directions with radio shows, speaking engagements, books. I mean, it's just crazy, individual counseling, group counseling with people. So I can get overwhelmed, and then I can wake up and not have that motivation and that passion every now and then. And I will sit down and same thing. How do I want to feel about this career? I picked this career for a reason. How do I want to feel? So maybe it's time for me just to cut out everything that's not essential and take a little bit of time and go to the mountains for the day with my children or do something else. And when I do that, reblog some blogs instead of writing a new one, I had good information, I can resubmit it. Doing that, what I will find is that then I come back to that centered space, and then all of a sudden, I find that I go to the next level.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, the phone's ringing for opportunities I didn't think about. So
you've recharged yourself and you've gotten realigned with what's important to you. And sometimes when that happens, we also find that we're off in one of these areas of our life.
True.
So one of the things that's really key for me, one of my core desired feelings also is inspiration. So I can sometimes get off on that, that I'm not doing anything that's cultivating inspiration. So at that point, when that happens, I got to stop and say, okay, what can I do? What action can I take that will make me feel inspired? And then I'm back on track.
Yeah.
So it's a great tool.
So think about how your relationship would change if we focused on how we wanted to feel in that relationship. So let's talk. We got a couple of minutes left. Let's talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah. It's so key, to really not get caught up in all the day-to-day and the little things that can get us all trapped and caught up, to just really think about when you're with anyone that you're in a relationship with. How do I want to feel? Even going into, a meeting with someone or an event with someone, the holidays you mentioned earlier. How do I want to feel in this holiday? How do I want to go about being with my family? And you can get yourself really settled into that place and how you want to feel. And when you go in, it just all flows that way.
Yes.
So
if your priority is that feeling, not the details,
exactly,
then the little details don't have as much power.
Exactly.
as they used to. And I talk about that a lot with relationships, especially when you're in a long-term relationship. So I love it when somebody else says it.
Yeah.
See?
So true.
Back me up here.
So true. Absolutely. Because it's, and it's funny, the little things to me, when I'm in that place, when I'm centered in that place and how I want to feel in it, they don't trigger me in the same way. They don't have I can actually look at it and laugh a little bit.
Yes.
I'm say, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's where you are. I'm not there.
Yeah, and it just passes through you and you move on and you're happy.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Well, we definitely want everybody to go to your website, take a look at the class, see if it's something they can do. Now, you're going to do these on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, I'll probably do them quarterly. Roughly quarterly. I've done some out of town, so I do travel if need be. But yeah, I'll probably do them in Charlotte quarterly, and then I'll be doing level 2, which has just come out. I'll be doing level 2, which is the last half of the book, the next section of it, probably sometime in the July-August timeframe.
Okay, so they want to go to your website, bookmark your site, so that if they can't make this one, they can look for future ones coming up. They can, and we will be back on the air at some point in the future because we have some plans to do some things together.
Yes,
so we will be talking to you about that when we get that settled a little bit, so you'll want to look for that. So again, you can contact Lillie at lilliemarshall.com. That's Lillie Marshall, MARSHALL.com to find out all about the workshop she has, more information about all of the things that she has going on. Read her blogs. So we really want to encourage people to do that.
They can actually sign up even, like you said, if they can't go, they have a commitment already for June, they can sign up on the website for updates, and I can keep them posted on future things that are coming up about the workshop.
So you definitely want to do that. All right, listeners, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we are going to have more information that you don't want to miss. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. You're tuned in to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte.
I'm Peyton Manning, and I joined Nationwide because they put members first. And what's important to you is important to them.
What about my car?
Yep.
My retirement?
Our house?
Definitely. Protecting what you care about. Just another way Nationwide does it right. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Paid spokesperson, subject to underwriting guidelines. Scales and availability vary.
Contact Nationwide agent Chance Perry for a free quote today. The only chance you want to take when protecting your business, life, and belongings. It's 704-554-5701. That's 704-554-5701. If you or a loved one are unable to venture easily from your home due to injury, illness, or disability, Compassion Salon Services can provide you with a rejuvenating hair salon service in the privacy and comfort of your own home. Please call 704-774-2204 for more information or visit us on the web at compassionsalon.com. Compassion Salon Services for immobilized persons. We believe the enrichment of life lies through compassion for the soul. So call us at 704-774-2204. That's 704-774-2204 for your in-home salon services.
This is Dr. Business, editor-in-chief of the Profit and Growth magazine, asking you to go to www.WGIVCharlotte.com to read our magazine. The Profit and Growth magazine is filled with information and inspiration regarding business, relationships, fashion, entertainment, prosperity, real estate, fitness, and the list goes on and on. We need this magazine a part of our digital library so we can continue to profit and grow in every area of our lives. So please take this opportunity to read the Profit and Growth magazine in its entirety on WGIVCharlotte.com. Then be so kind as to share it with others, a part of your email and social media distribution. It is our prayer that your lives are blessed and enriched as a result.
Welcome back to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte, and those streaming live through the free TuneIn radio app. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. If you're just tuning in, we have been discussing the desire map. But first, if you want to find, keep, or renew love and passion in your life, I am always here to help you. For more information, check out my website, LoriAnnDavis.com. That's LORIANN Davis.com, where you can read my blogs, sign up for my newsletter, find out what events I have coming up, follow me on social media, or if you're local, join my Successful Singles group. I am here to help you create the relationship you've always wanted and deserved. Today, we have been discussing desire and using your feelings to create a life that's fulfilling and rewarding. In my work with clients and in my new book that is hot off the press, Unmasking Secrets to Unstoppable Relationships, I talk about desire as well. The desire to have an unstoppable relationship, to make your relationship a number one priority in your life, is a chapter in the book. We want you to create a safe haven for you and your partner where you feel completely loved for who you are. You're a team, and your decisions and your actions are based on what's best for you as a couple. You don't expect your partner to be perfect, but you do acknowledge and appreciate all the things that they do that's good. Your goal is to feel loved and loving in that relationship. So you're careful about what you say and what you do. Your thoughts and your actions should lift your partner up and strengthen your bond, not tear it down. Your feelings are your guide for you in the relationships and in your life. Use them to make better choices in life to get you where you truly want and to find true happiness. Be sure to let us know how we can help you on your journey. For more information on creating unstoppable relationships, you can pre-order my book, Unmasking Secrets to Unstoppable Relationships, where I discuss all of my secrets to having the relationship you've always wanted. You can find the information on the book on my website. Again, that's LoriAnnDavis.com, LORIANN Davis.com. Join us next week when we reveal more secrets to finding, keeping, and renewing love and passion in your life, not just for the weekend, but every day. We'd like to thank our guest, Lillie Marshall. Be sure to contact her and sign up for her upcoming workshops. And thank you, family, for tuning in. Continue to tune in every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. I am Lori Ann Davis, and you're listening to Ask Lori on WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. Have a fabulous weekend.
Ask Lori, a show designed to give a better perspective on relationships no matter what the circumstance may be. You can start, have, and keep unstoppable relationships. Lori Ann Davis can tell you how. Have questions? Need answers? Ask Lori.